Well, welcome in for day 46 of Mixed Media ICAD. Today's prompt is landscape. And so I have pulled out my Masha's watercolors, which I'm slowly getting more. I have a whole bunch of these button cards and colors that would bode well for landscape. And this, of course, is watercolor paper. A watercolor index card from Joggles, but I of course will list everything down below in the description box. But true to form, I am actually going to start off with some collage. And so I'm going to pull out elements from my bits basket and see what I find here and start to create a background that I will then come in and add some watercolor to and create a landscape. I'm looking kind of for papers that have a little bit more diversity in how they will soak up watercolors. I'm not really planning to cover this whole background, at least in my mind right now at this moment, so we'll see. This paper I'm putting down right now is from this book that I did a reel on Instagram, where I had gotten the book. I had been watching the book sitting out on our road and tried to find it and to go back and get it and use it because I thought it looked so cool, and it has been out in the sun. It's got this definitely awesome texture to it. So as you notice, I've kind of created a horizon line with those bottom papers, and now I'm going in lighter with some of this text paper just to get my landscape kind of set up with my collage material that I'm using. Okay, now that I've got that dry and trimmed out, I've pulled out 3 colors that I want to get started using on this landscape and get these wet. And I'm going to just start working mostly on this bottom section. Now, the thing I love about Masha's watercolors is not only is that they're handmade and buying them from a small business, which I really do prefer to do, but these are granulating, and I love their granulating effect. And you can really see it if I can get this to come into focus. I am by no means a watercolorist. I love to play with watercolor. I love to use watercolor when I can in my work, but I am no professional. I've never been trained in using watercolors. I like to just play. Now I'm going to give this a bit of a dry. Granulating watercolors always make me feel like they are moody. I love them. And now I'm going to work in the sky, and we'll see how the watercolor kind of plays differently with the watercolor paper and the paper I've collaged down. Okay, and now I'm going to start adding to this, and I'm going to use some of this manila card for my parking ticket. And I'm going to use some of the serpent green and create a cactus to go within my landscape. And I'll probably come in with a darker color to do some shadowing, give it some interest. I'm going to come in and create a second cactus that is further out into the distance. I'm going to make it smaller. All right, these are my little saguaros. Kept them kind of traditionally identifiable, but if you've watched any of my reels or my shorts on YouTube, then you know that not all saguaros look like this. A couple of things I really love about watercolors is I don't think, now watercolors might say it's predictable, but I don't think it's very predictable, and I love that. I love that I'm always surprised by what I end up with when I work with watercolors, and I like that. Sometimes I just end up with googly goop, but sometimes I like what I end up with. And there we go, we have a landscape. Now, I'm gonna look for some words. I know that I have some words. I don't know if they're in here under quotes or if they're under... I have some words that are quotes. I think they are quotes that are more specific to this type of landscape. And I think they're in here somewhere. This is my bag of quotes. I'm just going to pull all the ones that are about the size that I know that I did them on, and we'll kind of go through them. This, of course, is the long process of trying to find words that feel perfect for this card. I knew I had some. I didn't realize I had so many. Okay, so now I have to make a decision about these quotes, and I have all of them are in white, and this is the only one that's in not in a white, and I kind of like it, but the quote isn't as nice as some of these. I am a wild woman, and when I need to heal, I go back to nature. And I actually do like it, and I do like the color of being on this. Looks like coffee dyed or onion skin dyed paper. I like that. Yeah, I'm just not really thrilled with the white on there, so I guess that really made my decision. All right, I ran and got a piece of cacti fiber. This is from a prickly pear cactus, or pad itself, and it is what's left over when it dies, is this fibrous material. It's almost like a cacti skeleton, except for it is got lots more holes to it, and I'm going to use that behind my words. Saguaro actually has skeletons, so there's a difference. And these are very hard to, you have to cut them, they're hard to break, they are very dense. Alright, I think I'm going to do that, but first I'm going to go around this edging of this with the ground espresso and the Archival ink. Get rid of that white edge. I don't really want a lot coming across, I just want to get rid of that white edge, and it'll kind of frame it in a little bit. To glue this, so I'm going to use some E6000, and I'm going to put my trusty vintage iron on it and get it to let it sit for a bit so it can tack onto here. And I'm going to use the same thing on these words because I want it to go in through the structure of this cactus fiber. So I'm going to put this on it and come back once it's had a chance to kind of conform to what we want it to conform to. Okay, so I've left this on here for a little bit, and it's pretty nice, but I'm going to heat set it a little bit so that it holds, and I'm going to call this good. All right, That's a little bit better. I think I'm going to actually bring in some of the Distress Archival ink in the ground espresso a little bit more softer, coming in a little bit more. I didn't think I wanted to, but now looking at it, I feel like it needs it. It's kind of moody, evening, sunset type sky. I have a little piece pulling up right there from all the water from the watercolor. I'm gonna glue that down. And there we go. Prompt landscape. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.